Hi, this is Josie Howard with Having a Cuppa with toowoomba.com.au, and today I've got Lyle Teske from Action Indoor Sports. And Lyle, you are the captain of the Australian indoor cricket team?
Yes, I am. I've been captain for the last 5 years.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's been really good.
That's great. And so, you've been playing cricket for a long time, I'm assuming a very long time?
Very long time.
And indoor cricket for?
Indoor cricket from about when I was 13, I suppose. So
Okay.
What am I going to say? About 25 years, I guess.
Gives your age away, that's okay.
But yeah, it's a hobby of mine that I've just loved. For a long
But it's a
time.
bit more than a hobby when you become an elite athlete in that space, right? Like it's not, you've worked hard at it and you love it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was about, how long ago did you buy the Action Indoor Sports Centre?
It's roughly around 2007, I think. My wife and family bought the indoor sports centre.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, isn't it? Because both you and your wife were, Katrina, were elite indoor sports, indoor cricket sports players.
Yep.
And that's how you met.
Yeah, it
which
was.
is kind of romantic considering you've made it your entire life now.
Well, yeah, I guess it all started revolving around the sports scene, and then eventually she must have thought I was pretty attractive, and then one thing led to another.
Well, she did ask me to ask you what it's like living with you. You don't have to answer that.
We'll pass that one up.
Okay, so you bought the sports centre about 16 years ago, and you bought two sports centres at the same time.
Yeah, so there was obviously two in Toowoomba at the time. And then I guess one thing led to another. We just merged everything into the one big centre, which seems to be going really well at the moment.
That's great.
Let's go.
I've played indoor netball there, so that it's great that you can actually have an indoor sports centre in Toowoomba where people from all ages and everything can actually still continue to play sports and don't have to commit to a Saturday sport essentially.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's all about trying to be social and get people active. Come out, and have a good time. No, not too much pressure on your ability, so to speak.
I don't know. It was pretty tough with the netball. The netball scene in Toowoomba is pretty competitive, shall we say? But so, what sports do you actually play at the centre?
So at the moment we do cricket, netball, soccer, volleyball.
Yep.
And odd times dodgeball.
What's
the movie.
dodgeball?
Have you seen the movie Dodgeball?
No.
Basically, you throw balls at each other and you got to get out of the way.
Okay,
It's
so
pretty fast paced.
Yep. If you get hit, you're out. Is that the sort of thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We're sort of looking at some new sports to come in, but they're still on the drawing board. But,
what are they? So, I mean, you did mention to me
turbo touch
version
type
of touch.
football, European handball, and that sort of thing.
So, European handball. What? I mean, I think of handball and my kids playing across the line. Or maybe
I guess it's soccer cross netball.
Oh, really?
The best way to explain it.
Is it a big ball?
It's like obviously a fairly big ball.
It's not a tennis ball though.
No. It's like a medium-sized ball where you throw to each other and then go jump and score in the soccer goals type thing.
Huh, there you go. Had no idea.
It's really fast-paced. There's a lot of running involved, and I think it's only 5 a side. So.
Is it part of any of the Olympics or anything?
Yeah, it is. I think it is. Yeah. And they do major tournaments in the European scene.
Because there's always interesting sports that come into the Olympics. I was just thinking of, what was it, the Greco something wrestling? Yeah. Does anyone else remember that? It must have been a Roy and HG thing. Yeah. But it was one of those things where I just remember, that's a sport. And I guess in Australia we've got so many key sports that are just traditional sports here now that we don't get to see everything.
No, well, that's true. I mean, soccer's taking over a lot of stuff, so...
I'm a soccer fan, so I love soccer, and I think futsal and stuff's great, very fast paced.
Well, we run a very big junior futsal program on Friday nights, which seems to get a lot of traction as well. And
does that sort of work too, because soccer and netball are both winter sports, I guess. Being able to play and keep fit for those sports year round makes a lot of sense for people who play. Definitely,
yeah. We get a lot of high level outdoor soccer guys playing in the off season just to keep in touch
fit.
And
whatever. And can people just join up? Like you just join as an individual and I know Gay Hold was talking about joining netball, and I've spoken to like Rebecca, who we've interviewed previously and stuff too. So I mean, we're sort of hedging towards I should go back and play again.
Yeah, you just ring up the centre and put your name down, and the girls will find your team as quick as they can. Yeah.
Fantastic. And same with futsal and
Yep, same with anything.
cricket.
Yep.
So cricket is fairly high level here, right? So you have obviously in the Australian team.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just you though. There's a couple of other locals, Blake and Jeremy.
Yeah, Blake and Jeremy have made the Queensland men's side. Or Jeremy for the first time, Blake second time this year.
Okay.
And it's
And
exciting for them. Yeah.
Sorry, and that's coming out of your sports centre, right?
Yep.
So
100%. Yeah.
that's brilliant. That's amazing. And you're hosting some.
Yeah, we got the
tournaments?
Open Nationals, which is the my level for the first week, and then the week after we got the whole junior carnival as well.
So when you say your level, you mean like an Australian standard of
Yeah,
indoor
the Open
cricket is
national level.
actually going to be played here in Toowoomba in June. Is that
In June,
correct?
yeah.
So people get your tickets, come as spectators and see.
I think
some
it's
high
actually
level.
free to come in. Just
Yep.
come and watch some really good indoor cricket. It'll be high level.
There you go. It's even free to get in.
Yeah.
And there's a bar. We keep
Yeah,
mentioning
there is a bar.
There's a bar upstairs that you
Of
can
course
have
there's
a
a bar.
drink while you're actually watching them play. So at the sports centre too, you do some really cool stuff. So you've got people who come in and play, but you also support and work with some of the charities in town, like Sunrise Way and things,
Yeah,
to
we've
actually
got,
come and use the facilities.
Got the guys that come and play cricket on a Thursday, and then they play soccer as well.
Okay.
And then there's one group that come in for just during the week whenever they like. They just bring a group of people in and have a kick around. Yeah, so
That's
it
fantastic.
gives them something to do.
And your son, who goes to a local school, St
Mm-hmm.
Mary's, is playing too, and
Yep.
he's doing well.
Yeah, he's going very well. He's in the Queensland under-17 team this year, so he'll also be in Toowoomba, which he's
Okay.
excited about.
Fantastic. And a little birdie told me that you don't always necessarily coach him because he's 16, isn't he?
Well,
And
yeah. Sometimes
Dad's
doesn't.
uncool.
He doesn't know what he's talking about sometimes, but he's getting that age now where he's growing up a bit and he's maturing a lot, so he's got a bit more time for Dad.
It's always a nice place, isn't it, when
Yeah.
they do that turnaround from being,
Yeah.
hating you to, and being responsible for everything to them going, actually, you're kind of cool and it's okay to hang out with you.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. You know what you're talking about a little bit. Okay. So.
Yeah. And so with the centre too, you've actually, over the last year or two, you've started to reinvest a lot of money back into the facilities and everything that you've got there?
Yep. We've basically resurfaced every single court
Wow.
now. We've got some new spectator carpet, which just freshens the whole place up. And the toilets and facilities are getting done next month, I believe.
Okay,
So
wow.
it is putting a lot of money back in, but it's just to show the people that we actually care about what we present to them, and we want people to enjoy coming out there.
Yeah, and I talk about this with lots of people too. Running a small business and a small family business is tough, right? It's anyone who thinks it's easy has never done it, but especially family businesses, because it becomes your life, right?
Yeah,
and
is,
so,
yeah.
I mean, before when we talked about you and Katrina meeting playing sport, it's absolutely become the essence of who you are today. I guess that you met playing sport, you were elite players, you now have a centre that plays sport.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Like, how do you cope with it? Because obviously there must be trying times where you actually have conflicts of interest, like family engagements you need to go to, or or
over the years it gets a bit flexible, I guess.
yeah.
It's just part of your life. It's not too bad because sometimes you get nice people that work there that can cover you for that little bit of time that you need off. Yeah.
And we were talking about staff before too, weren't we? So we're in a fairly large regional city, but staff can be tricky to get the right people in, especially for small business, because you're not using recruitment companies or necessarily, or you may, but it's still hard to find the right personality to fit with a small family business, because family businesses usually ask a lot more from people than what a large corporate would, or a large sort of very structured organisation would. How do you guys go getting staff? Is it?
We're pretty lucky at the moment because we've got some real, reliable, friendly people that just love to be there. You know what I mean? It's not it's got to turn up and make some money. Actually, like what they do. So I've got a young fella named Tyrone. He helps me out and he helps Katrina out running the other inflatable world side of stuff. So Yeah, we're pretty lucky at the moment.
Yeah, so you've also diversified your income, haven't you? So you have the Indoor Action Centre, but you've got the Inflatable World going too, which operates on weekends in school terms and then through school holidays.
Yep, through school holidays, it's every day.
And why did you do that? Like, why did you decide?
It was two reasons, I guess. I mean, we've got kids, and there's not a great deal to do in Toowoomba for the kids on the holidays, especially. Mum, can I get here? Dad, can I get here? Well, where's to go? So that was one reason. Also, just to diversify the building a little bit. Because our business, the sports business, is mainly a nighttime business, and wasn't on weekends. So to have something running 7 days.
And the Inflatable World actually attracts young kids and older ones too, doesn't it? So I mean, I've been in there, and I don't think I've jumped in there yet, but I could, you know. So the thing is, I could go in there and jump around, which would be really cool, actually. Except that I mean,
it's not as scary as you think. I can still jump around in there, and I've seen my dad, who's a lot older than me. He had to chase my little one up and down the castles a bit there, so he handles it all right.
Yeah.
Not for too long, though.
Not for too long. We actually get Japanese students sometimes, and there's one of the teachers that brings them in, and I think he's in his early 60s, and he's still a gymnast. Wow. So the trick really is keeping active, right, and not stopping. And I mean, even for me, I stopped playing netball because I ended up with frozen shoulder, but I'm ready to sort of look at it again because I've actually doing some boxing as well. Some people know that I've been doing boxing.
Well, stay away.
But it's perfect for netball, right? And I always joke, I always say, I watched my first fight last year in November, and I thought there have been far worse netball games that I've played than that fight I just watched. And not to say that netball's rough, but it's a real sport. It's not, it's a competitive sport.
It is competitive, but we also have the grades where it's not so competitive too now. But
it's still competitive in those grades that aren't so competitive, right? Like people are enjoying playing and they want to play well to whatever that ability is. And so, and that's one thing I like about the indoor sports. You can not have even been an athlete at all and come in and play indoor sports and get your fitness levels back up within a lovely team environment where you create new friendships and it's some really good stuff. And by the same token, when you're younger, it teaches you a lot about collaboration and teamwork if you're actually part of a team.
Yep, that's definitely 100% there. I mean, there's a lot of individuals like with kids with the games and that sort of stuff and the TV, so to learn about team sports and that early, as well as the old people getting back into it, it's fantastic.
One thing, like I came to Toowoomba 9 years ago, and it was really interesting because in Sydney, where there's a lot more people, there are a lot of over 40s comps and things like that, or over 35s or over 30s comps, and it makes it really tricky. And I think the parallel to that here is your indoor sports centre, essentially. So it's hard with the weekend comps to get, just because there aren't as many teams, to actually get the open teams divided, I guess, in that way, so you're not playing against 16-year-olds all the time, which it sounds good, right? But it can be painful. So, having an indoor sports environment actually works quite well. And are the rules all the same in the indoor sports? They play the same times, like 12-minute quarters and
things? I think during the week we only...
I'm asking all the tough questions. Sorry.
From a cricketer, netball quarters are only 10 minutes a quarter.
Yeah,
I think
a bit slightly shorter.
Slightly shorter, but with the ball not going out, it's a lot faster. So
it is a lot faster. You don't stop.
You don't really get a break. You definitely know. Well, when I played, Jesus, there were 2 minutes left. Catching your breath.
Oh, and you play mixed as well as...
Yeah, definitely.
Like, there's not just a female comp, there's mixed comp as well.
Mixed as well, yeah.
Yeah, which I always thought was... I haven't played mixed comp for many years, but I actually preferred it because I had... one sister was a basketballer, the other was a hockey player. And let's just say we're pretty physical. It wasn't gentle sports. So playing against guys is interesting because they're not afraid to use their bodies and put their bodies on the line in a nice way, not to take anyone out, just to be competitive. So... not to scare anyone off either. Sorry, I was just thinking, that won't scare people off. I'm doing boxing, talking about body bashing in football players, but no. But it's good fun, and I think that's the trick, and it's staying active, which is really critical too.
Definitely, that's what we're all about, trying to have create a social atmosphere that people can be active and enjoy the fitness side of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're an elite cricketer. I'm about to say soccer player. Sorry, an elite cricketer. How much longer till you retire, do you think?
Oh, how long is a piece of string?
I think you said to me before that you were actually every year you consider it.
Yeah, every year after a nationals or like the last World Cup we just won. It's always, oh, should I stop now? But every year, or now especially we got hosting the nationals. Well,
yeah, fantastic.
May as well go one more year, and we'll see after this.
And then
year.
there'll be another one for sure. You're still young.
Yeah. As long as I keep fit, I think I'll keep playing. So
yeah,
and as long as I'm good enough to be ahead of the young fellas that are coming through.
Well, you need experience in a team too, right? So it's not just about, and this is the thing that's always really interesting in business or in sport, you sort of need that succession planning coming through as well, which means sort of that mixture of experience, teaching and mentoring younger people. And you always have some really talented people coming through, but sometimes that experience can actually support that essentially as well.
Oh, that's exactly right. You know, so there are a lot of young, talented indoor cricketers floating around, and so if I can hang on for a bit longer and teach them a few things,
I'm sure you will. Thank you, Lyle. It's been lovely chatting to you. I look forward to possibly joining indoor netball again and coming along in June to watch the Open Championships as well with the indoor cricket. So thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. Thank you very much.